The following is a production of the Averett Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Owen Fulton Field here for today's USA South Conference matchup between the Scots of Maryville College and your Averett University Cougars. I'm Davin Wilson, and I am on the call for today's game, bringing you all the big hits, catches, strikes, and all the great action here that is sure to unfold. We're going to take a look here at the starting lineup for the Scots here first. The Scots are wearing their orange jerseys with maroon lettering on the back. First off, for the Scots, we're going to have number 36, Andrew Henry, leading things off, playing second base. He will be followed by third baseman Logan Hayes. He will be followed by left fielder Bryce Radaha. Right fielder Johnny Carpenter. We're going to take a quick pause for the national anthem. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are through the national anthem here, so that can only mean one thing. We are extremely close to the start of today's game. We're going to take a quick rundown of the starting lineup for the Scots, who come in at 8-8 overall, 4-2 in the USA South. Leading off for the Scots is second baseman Andrew Henry. He will be backed up by third baseman Logan Hayes. Left fielder Bryce Radaha is batting in the third spot. Batting cleanup is right fielder Johnny Carpenter. He will be followed by designated hitter Alden Wright. First baseman Drew Johnson will hit in the sixth hole. Number 30, center fielder Derek Hurt will hit in the seventh spot. Catcher Evan Azell rounding out the eighth spot, and then shortstop Patrick Messinger will round out the starting lineup offensively for the Scots. For Maryville, Anthony Rodriguez is on the hill today. He comes in at 1-1 on the series, and the Scots will be facing Averett hurler Dallas Smithers, who is coming in looking for his first win of the season. Now the starting nine for your Averett University Cougars. They come in at 4-12 on the season, 0-3 in the USA South. And it will be third baseman Chase McKinney kicking things off. He will be followed by Dallas Smithers. Second baseman Hunter Ashworth will hit in the three spot. A.J. Hart, the left fielder, will bat cleanup. Bradley Tickle playing first base and hitting in the five hole. Matt Tuggle is in the sixth spot playing right field. Batting number 7 is catcher Trey Wall. Number 8 is center fielder Nick Winston. And then number 9, hitting in the ninth spot, shortstop Hunter Laprell. And we're going to take a look here at how each of these teams has done so far. The Scots are coming off a non-conference loss to Berry College by a score of 7-5. Meanwhile, the Cougars are coming off a non-conference loss to Penn State Harrisburg by a score of 6-2. So Henry getting things led off here for the Scots here in the top of the first. Here comes the first offering from Smithers, and it's a fastball right on the outside corner, and that's going to be a called strike one as Henry was taken all the way there. Good location from Smithers. Good job of painting the outside corner right there to get head 0-1. So the 0-1, and that is an off-speed pitch that will drop below Henry's knees, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. So that's going to be something important for Smithers today. Definitely looking to mix his speeds and mix his locations, as the Cougars are facing a good hitting team in the Scots. So the 1-1 swung on and missed. Henry took a big cut at that one, but ends up coming up with nothing but air. And the count is now 1-2 here to lead things off. Smithers would love to get the afternoon started with a strikeout. He is just one pitch away from doing so. And Logan Hayes is on deck. So the 1-2 is fouled off on the left side over Averett's dugout, and that one will bounce back into the woods, and the count stays at 1-2 here to Andrew Henry. So Henry, the sophomore out of Atlanta, Georgia, and he will take a look at a pitch in the right-handed batter's box here, and the count goes to 2-2. Good job there by Smithers on 1-2. You don't necessarily want to give Henry something that he can drive a long ways, and want to try to make him chase there a little bit. So the 2-2, and that one is popped up directly behind home plate. Actually off to the left a little bit. And we'll do the 2-2 all over again. So Henry is going to make Smithers work for this first out. The 2-2 on the way. Smithers looks in on Wall. He has the pitch. Wall setting up on the outside. The 2-2, and Henry is taken all the way there. And that's going to run the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So the 3-2 coming in. Smithers looking to avoid the leadoff walk here. Smithers did see some considerable time on the hill last year for the Cougars, and that one just misses. So Henry is going to take an 8-pitch walk right there. And he is on first. And that's going to bring up Logan Hayes now. And Logan Hayes, the sophomore out of Jefferson City, Tennessee, coming in looking to get something going for the Scots here in the top of the first. So the first pitch on the way. Here it comes, and he's going to drop down a bunt. Smithers is going to field it. Underhand toss to Tickle at first. They will get the out, but in the meantime, the runner will advance 90 feet to second as Henry gets over. A good job there laying down that bunt by Hayes. And so that's going to bring up Radaha now. He will hit with a runner on second and one down now after the sacrifice bunt. Helps the Cougars record the first out of the inning. So first pitch coming in. Here it comes. And fastball, and that is undercut. Sent out to center field. And Winston is there to make the catch. Meanwhile, the runner will advance the extra 90 feet over to third. So the Scots now have a runner in scoring position at third base with two down, though, after Radaha just swung underneath that one and sent a little routine fly ball out to Winston in center field. And that's going to bring up Johnny Carpenter now, the right fielder for the Scots. Smithers looks in. Looking for his pitch. He's got it. Carpenter's going to take a quick timeout. Perhaps maybe trying to play a little bit of a mind game here with Smithers. First pitch, and that ball is laced out to left field. Hart giving chase, and that one kind of drifted over into left center. Hart is there to record the out, and Smithers will avoid giving up the first run by the Scots after all. So no runs on one hit, no errors, and one left stranded. We will go to the bottom of the first. No score here at Owen Fulton Field. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at Owen Fulton Field. Chase McKinney leading things off. And we've got a brisk breeze blowing here at Owen Fulton Field today. Our local meteorologist, Drew Wilson, giving us the update on that. Winds coming in at 22 miles per hour. So that's going to make things tricky here moving forward. So McKinney will take a look at strike one from Rodriguez. And good-looking breaking ball right there. Catches the bottom part of the zone. McKinney doing a good job of laying off of that one, as he probably, even if he was able to get a piece of that, just chops it into the ground. So the 0-2. And McKinney, a hard foul ball off the right side over the Scots dugout. And the count will remain at 0-2. Rodriguez getting the start today for the Scots. He is 1-1. First of the three-game series here between these two USA South Conference foes, and Rodriguez nowhere close on the breaking ball. And the count is now 1-2. Looked like another curveball there from Rodriguez. 1-2 coming in. And another big breaking curveball, but will break nowhere near the zone. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So McKinney, after falling behind 0-2 early on, has done a good job of being patient and showing some moxie here. And he's worked it back to 2-2. And McKinney, a check swing, and he did not go around after the appeal down to first base. And the count now runs full house at 3-2. McKinney digging in here, the third baseman for the Cougars, and he will take a fastball upstairs. So McKinney doing a good job of working the count there, as he will get 4 straight balls after falling behind 0-2, and so that's going to bring up Dallas Smithers now. So both Smithers and Rodriguez suffering the same fates to open up the game, as Smithers issued a leadoff walk, and now Rodriguez has done the same thing. Breeze blowing out to right field right now, almost right center field it looks like. So and looked like Rodriguez was going to deliver a pickoff throw over to first, just a little fake out there. And so we're getting ready to see the first offering from Rodriguez with 1 on, nobody out. And Smithers is going to drop down a bunt on the right side. That is going to be Johnson fielding, Henry covering. And there's the first out of the inning. But in the meantime, McKinney does get up to second base. So both teams playing a little bit of small ball after their leadoff men get on walks. And it was Smithers dropping down a decent bunt, equal distance there between the pitcher and the first baseman. And it was Johnson running on to make the play. And he will fire over to Henry, who was covering for the out. So Hunter Ashworth, the powerful senior, stepping up to the plate, looking to get McKinney in for the first run of the game. He will take a look at a fastball over for a called strike 1. We have seen Ashworth take quite a few pitches out of Owen Fulton Field. Had a grand slam in last year's USA South Conference opener against NC Wesleyan. And curveball hit down on the left side. That's Hayes fielding. And the throw is a little to the left of the bag, but Johnson recovers and gets back over to make the tag. McKinney is forced to stay at second. So now that's going to bring up number 8, left fielder A.J. Hart. So A.J. Hart comes in at .241 on the year, has driven in 9 RBIs. He is 1 out of the lead, the team lead, 1 behind Bradley Tickle, the DCC transfer and Danville transplant. So the first pitch on the way, and that's a fastball down and in the dirt. And Hart says, I don't think I'll have a offer at that one, and he gets ahead 1-0. Rodriguez looking in. McKinney, a medium lead over at second, pretty decent lead. He will definitely be going on contact here with 2 outs. And swung on and missed by Hart, and the count runs back even at 1-1. Rodriguez digging in. He's looking in at Azell. He has the pitch. And here's the 1-1, and quick timeout. Taken by Hart. 1-1. Let's see if Rodriguez brings that curveball after he has started the at-bat with a couple of fastballs, and that's going to be a slider swung on and missed by Hart, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Good east to west movement on that curveball from Rodriguez. No score here in the bottom of the first. 1 on, 2 outs for the Cougs. And here comes the 1-2, and that ball is weakly fouled off. And actually, it's going to stay in play, I think they're going to say. It was a swinging third strike, and he passed the ball. So it was swinging and a third strike, but it bounced, and Azell unable to cover or unable to corral the ball in and get it over to first in time, and Hart is on.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 15, Bradley Tickle.
So a little problem there for the Scots on the 2-3 put out. And the Cougars now have runners on the corners for Bradley Tickle, who enters this game a team-high .304 batting average, 10 RBIs. So he has been very effective in his first season here at Averett. And fastball set up outside, too far outside. And Tickle works the count to 1-0 here. Averett with a chance to get on the board early and get the Scots in the hole. Starting out, the 1-0 fastball, and that one just misses off the outside. And the count runs to 2-0 now. So the 2-0, runners on the corners, 2 outs. And Tickle will lace that one down the left side, foul, as that gets back over the Cougars' bullpen and out of play. So if you're looking to get a rally started, Tickle is the man you want at the plate for Averett. So he comes in 3 of 4 on the year, 10 RBIs. And here comes the 2-1. And Tickle fouls that one off right back behind home plate. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes now. It would be Matt Tuggle that would hit next if Tickle is able to get on base. So the 2-2. 2's all around. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on, and a little excuse me swing by Tickle. And Johnson is going to collect that one and take it over. So Rodriguez doing a good job of working out of the stretch. He will get the Scots to strand 2. We are through 1 inning. No score. We'll be right back here at Owen Fulton Field. So leading off for the Scots is number 8, Alden Wright. As Smithers is back on for beginning his second inning of work here. Did a good job of working out of a possible jam in the first, getting the Scots to strand a runner at third. Here's the first pitch from Smithers. Fastball right there, right at the knees. Good pitch, and Wright is in a early 0-1 hole. So the 0-1, and another fastball, but that one's going to bounce to the plate, and even the count at a ball and a strike. Here to Wright. So 1 game here today, and the 3-game series will conclude with a doubleheader tomorrow here at Owen Fulton Field. So the 1-1 fastball hit out to short. That is going to be Laprelle on the play. He fires over to Tickle, and the inning starts with a 6-3 ground out. And so that's going to bring up number 24 now, first baseman Drew Johnson, hitting in the 6th spot for the Scots. Smithers, the talented utility player for the Cougars. First pitch, and that is going to plunk him on the foot, it looked like. And Johnson is on courtesy of a hit by pitch. And excuse me, they're telling him to go back. So it looked at first that it did get Johnson. But they're going to say that Johnson jumped into that one. So we're going to see Maryville's head coach, Cody Church, come down and have a quick conversation with the umpire just to get a clarification on the call. He seems to be happy with the explanation as he heads back to the third base coaching box. So the 1-0 coming in to Hurt. And that ball is fouled off, and excuse me, that's actually Drew Johnson. Fouled off on the right side. And the count goes to a ball and a strike with 1 out here in the top of the second. Smithers looks in. Here is the delivery. And good-looking pitch there. That is chopped back up down to second base. Ashworth throws over, and there's the second out of the inning. So Smithers keeping the ball down right now, and it has paid handsome dividends for him as there have been 2 quick groundouts here to start off the second. Laprelle making the first play for the 6-3 putout. Then Ashworth coming through to complete the 4-3 groundout. And so that's going to bring up Hurt now, the center fielder for the Scots. First pitch coming in and swung on and missed. Looked like a changeup there. So Smithers doing a good job coming in with the first pitch changeup. Not going to throw too many of those in a game. And after featuring a steady dose of his fastball here so far, good job there by Smithers to pull the string. And that's going to be a curveball. Just had a little bit too much break on it. Misses high and away. And the count goes to a ball and a strike. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Smithers has his pitch. And here he goes. And that fastball is in the dirt. Count goes to 2-1. Maryville looking to avoid going down 1-2-3 here in the top of the second. And that pitch misses inside and low. Bounces to the plate, actually. And the count goes to 3 balls and a strike. (3-1) for Smithers. See if he can avoid his second walk of the game. And he will not be able to do so as that pitch is in the dirt for ball 4. So that's going to extend the inning for the Scots. And that will bring up Evan Ezell. So Evan Ezell coming in here on the game. He is a junior out of Canton, Georgia. Coming in at 6'2", 195 pounds. And he will come to the plate with a runner on and 2 outs after the walk by Smithers. So the first pitch. And actually they're going to check back on Hurt over there at first base. He slides back in safely. Runner definitely going on contact here with 2 outs. And a big breaking ball there by Smithers. And Smithers will get ahead early. The count goes to 0-1. So the 0-1 and fastball down and away in the dirt. And the count is now 1-1. Ezell digs back in. Sunny and 63 here. Wind blowing out of the northwest at 22 miles per hour. So the 1-1, and that ball is chopped down to short. And that is going to be Laprelle firing over, and that will get Averett out of a possible jam. So we are through 1.5 here at Owen Fulton Field. No score. We'll be right back on the Averett Sports Network. And we are back here at Owen Fulton Field as Matt Tuggle is going to lead off the bottom of the second for Averett. So Matt Tuggle comes in on the season hitting .250, has 9 RBIs, has scored a pair of runs. And first pitch, fastball right in there at the knees. Count goes to 0-1. So the 0-1 delivery. And that one is in there for strike 2, and Tuggle finds himself in a early 2-0 hole here, looking to try to bounce back out of it. See if Rodriguez is going to challenge Tuggle here or just kind of give him a waste pitch, and Rodriguez will just waste one. Fastball in the dirt. Count goes to 1-2. Not a bad idea there from Rodriguez. See if you can get Tuggle to go chasing at the pitch in the dirt. And that one is right there, and Tuggle goes down on a 4-pitch strikeout to start the bottom of the second. So that's going to bring up number 20, Trey Wall. So Trey Wall, one of the sole seniors on this team. He comes in 147 on the year, pair of RBI. And he will take a look at a first pitch fastball, and the count goes to 1-0. Here's the 1-0, and there's a fastball right there for a called strike 1. So taking a look at the Cougars roster, it is Hunter Ashworth, Wall, James Colbert, and Cody Johnson, the only seniors on this team, or excuse me, along with Chris Campbell. The count goes to 2-1. Rodriguez looks in. Has the pitch, and Wall's going to crank that one back from where it came. That is a nice play over there by Henry. And Henry does a nice job of playing the deflection off Rodriguez's glove. Does a great job of firing over quickly to complete the 1-4-3 putout. So that's going to bring up center fielder Nick Winston. Winston, the center fielder. And let's see what happens here with nobody on and 2 outs. So Winston, a good eye there on the fastball, outside corner, and it's actually ruled a strike. Looked a little outside from up here, but the umpires do obviously have a better view of it than I do. And Winston taking a look at a fastball for a called strike 2 there. So Rodriguez looking to work the Cougars 1-2-3 here in the second. And that ball is laced foul down the first baseline. And we'll do the 2-2, or excuse me, the 0-2 all over again. You can really see the breeze kicking out right there. It has once again shifted direction. Looks like it's more going out to left center now. So the 0-2, which definitely might benefit your right-handed batters a little bit if they can pull something. And a fastball on the inside corner. And that's going to do it. So Rodriguez striking out 2 of the 3 he faces in the second. Pitching has the upper hand here so far. We go to the top of the third. Still no score at Owen Fulton Field. So Patrick Messenger leading off here for the Scots as we come back in the top of the third. Good game shaping up here as we enter the third. Neither pitcher has surrendered a hit yet. First pitch to Messenger, and that is cracked down to third base. McKinney ranging to his left. A nice throw, nice stretch by Tickle over there at first, but Messenger will beat that one out. Infield single down to third. Good play there by McKinney. Did a good job to corral that one in, then get the throw across his body. But Messenger just does a great job of hustling down there. So Henry took a walk his first time up, and he's going to try to bunt his way on there. Curveball catches the outside part of the plate. So the 0-1 coming in. And that one is hit. Popped up in the air back over towards the Cougars' dugout. And will get into foul territory, out of play. And the count goes to 0-2. Smithers on the hill for another inning here, entering his third inning of work. So the 0-2. Here it comes. And that ball is hit directly foul behind home plate. Count goes to 0-2. So the 0-2 coming in. Smithers looking, checking on the runner over at first. And that one is in the dirt. Count goes to 1-2. Maryville looking to try to get something going here. Henry at the plate. 1-2 count. And check back on Henry at first. He is back in there. Excuse me, check in on Messenger. He is back in there. Count stays at 1-2. Smithers checking on Messenger. Here's the 1-2, and that one just misses. Count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Smithers did not miss a strikeout there by too much. Still doing a good job, though, to paint that outside part of the plate. And a quick pickoff move, but Messenger back over. He will slide back in. The 2-2 on the way. And that one is on the inside corner and good. And Smithers will have Henry down on strikes. So that's going to bring up Hayes now.
Now batting number 4, Logan Hayes.
So Hayes had the sacrifice bunt his last time up. And let's see if he's bunting right here. I would kind of doubt it with 1 out. But there again, it might not be a bad idea to try to stay out of the double play ball. So the first pitch. And that ball is smoked out into center field. Messenger is going to round third. Winston having a hard time trying to field that ball. And that is going to be a 1-out double for Hayes. So the Scots now with runners on second and third, 1 down.
Number 2, Bryce Radaha.
So that's going to bring up Radaha, who flied out to center his last time up. Smithers looking in, getting some words from the dugout. Radaha coming in the number 3 spot. And it looks like they are just going to put Radaha on here to force the double play all around. Probably not a bad idea when you're facing a dangerous number 3 hitter. But of course, you do have the Scots cleanup man on deck in Carpenter. So Smithers so far 2 1/3, 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs. Has walked 2, struck out 1. And the intentional walk is going to juice the bases now with 1 out for Johnny Carpenter. Carpenter comes in 0 for 1 on the afternoon. And Carpenter with the chance here to open things up a little bit if he can find a gap somewhere. So Smithers looking in now on Carpenter. Here's the pitch. And fastball in the dirt. Runners hold, though. So Cougars definitely playing a little bit of strategy here, trying to get the right-handed Carpenter up to face the right-handed Smithers. And also to try to force the double play at any base, also force the out at home. And that curveball is going to bounce off of his head, and that's going to bring the Scots' first run in. And it is now a 1-0 game, as that's going to bring up Alden Wright, the DH. So bases loaded now with 1 out. Smithers working his first trouble here. And head coach Ed Fulton's going to come out and have a talk with Smithers. While they are doing that, we're going to take a break. But when we come back, we will have all the action here on the Averett Sports Network. So we are back here on the Averett Sports Network. Bases loaded, 1 out. Maryville ahead 1-0. Here comes the first pitch, and that ball is grounded down to second, and Ashworth will not have a chance at the double play, but he will throw over to Tickle, and there's the second out. But in the meantime, the run does come home to score, so a manufactured run there by the Scots will put them up 2-0. But not a bad job there by Smithers, inducing that ground ball. Just hit to the left side of Ashworth, so it would have been hard for him to get the turnaround and complete that double play. And really kind of a headsy play there by Ashworth, not trying to force that throw at second, commit an error, let that ball get into the outfield where you don't get the out, and then a couple of runs possibly come in, and you'll gladly give up that 1 run for the out. So first pitch, and fastball. And that one's in there for strike 1. Drew Johnson at the plate. Johnson 0 for 1 on the afternoon. He will hit with runners on second and third and 2 out. So let's see what Smithers can do. And there's the pitch in the dirt. No good. And the count is 1-1. So here it goes. The 1-1 count. And that one is outside. And the count goes to 2-1. On the way. Averett looking to pick up its first USA South Conference victory of the season. So the 2-1. Fastball swung on and missed by Johnson. And the count runs even now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on, 2 runs in. It is deuces all around right now. So the 2-2. And Smithers, a great job of locating that fastball in the outside corner. Carpenter says, I can't do anything with it, and he will take it for a called third strike. So the Scots will pick up 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, pair of walks, 2 left stranded. We go to the bottom of the third. It's a 2-0 game here at Owen Fulton Field. So that's going to bring up number 17, Laprelle, to lead off the frame for the Cougars, bottom of the third. They were looking to get something going here. And fastball misses high and outside. So Rodriguez so far, with the exception of a walk, has been perfect through 2. So the 1-0, and that one is in the dirt. Below the knees, count goes to 2-0 now. Laprelle took a walk his first time up. And that one is in the dirt for ball 3. So Laprelle doing a great job of working the count here so far in his favor. And Laprelle knows right now that getting on base any way you can will benefit the Cougars, and he takes a 4-pitch walk. So a good start.
Coming to play for the Cougars, number 16, Chase McKinney.
So that's going to bring up Chase McKinney now. And let's see if Fulton has the bunt on her. They're going to let McKinney swing away here. McKinney has taken a walk today. So no official at bat for him yet. And he will take a first pitch strike there as McKinney was squaring around to bunt. Pull back on it, but that's going to be a called strike. So the 0-1. And the bunt is down again. He gets that one down the first base line. And that is going to be throw over to first and an out. So that's going to bring up Dallas Smithers now. But in the meantime, Laprelle does get up to second now with 1 out. Smithers has some room out there in left center. If he can pull one, would easily score Laprelle. So there's the pitch, fastball, and that one is in there on the outside corner for a called strike 1. Smithers had the sacrifices last time up. Bottom of the third, 2-0 ball game. But the Cougars with the chance to threaten here. And as is a chopper down the third base line, it gets foul. So the 0-2. Here we go. Rodriguez facing his counterpart on the mound, Smithers. Braves with a shot to strike, or excuse me, the Cougars with a shot to strike here. The runner on second. And Smithers is going to hit that one down to Henry. The throw over will get Smithers by maybe a step or two. There's the second out, but in the meantime, Laprelle hustles over to third. So now a base hit from Hunter Ashworth. And this is a one-run game if Ashworth can find a hole somewhere. So first pitch to Ashworth coming in. And that is a fastball popped up on the right side. And that is going to be Carpenter there to record the out. And so golden opportunity for Averett to get on the board there. Passes by. So we're through 3 innings. Maryville in front, 2-0 here on the Averett Sports Network. And we are back here on the Averett Sports Network as it's number 30, Derek Hurt, leading things off here.
Number 30, Derek Hurt.
So Hurt comes in, had a walk his first time up. So first pitch coming into Hurt. Ball set up on the outside. And fastball popped up. That's going to drift back a little bit into left field. Actually, it keeps drifting. And a nice play out there by Hart to take that one in as the wind carried that one all the way back to the warning track. But Hart does a great job of staying with that one, keeping his focus, and he hauls in the out. So that's going to bring up Azell now. Azell is 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Smithers hoping to demote him to 0-2. So that ball is chopped down to second. That's going to get through the right side. And Azell is on with a 1-out single. Ashworth was shaded a little bit over to the right there.
Number 14, Patrick Messenger.
And Essel just does a great job of sneaking it through a hole. And that's going to bring up Messenger, who is 1 for 1. Has scored a run here today. Actually scored the Scots' first run of the game. So 1 on, 1 out now for Messenger. Good looking fastball, but down in the dirt. And off the plate inside. Count goes to 1-0. So the 1-0 on the way from Smithers. And that one is down low too. And that catches the zone. Looked like a changeup, 1-1. Smithers doing a good job of pulling the string right there on Messenger. Smithers definitely trying to get the 6-4-3 ground out right now. 6-4-3 double play. He will check on the runner over at first, but Azell is back in, standing. 1-1. And here it goes, and that fastball misses in the dirt. Count goes to 2-1 now. So Messenger is going to check down at third base, make sure he has the sign right. Checking down with Coach Church. So the 2-1. And that is a fastball, drops just below the knees. 3-1 is now the count. Smithers, though, doing a good job of keeping the ball down low and trying to induce that double play. But he also has to be careful not to issue a one-out walk here with a runner already on first. So 3-1, and that one is up high. And Messenger does a good job of working out a walk. And that's going to turn the order over for the Scots. And that's going to bring up Andrew Henry, excuse me. Comes in 0 for 1. Has walked and struck out so far. Walked to lead off the game. Struck out his second time around. So runners on first and second now. 1 out, top of the fourth. 2-0 ball game. And fastball, and that one is in there at the knees for a called strike one. Logan Hayes is on deck for the Scots. With a little bit of luck, though, the Cougars will not have to worry about facing him, at least this frame. So the 0-1. And that fastball is in the dirt. Taken for ball 1. So you see Averett right now kind of protecting against the hit and run a little bit over at second. They do have Laprelle over there right behind the bag trying to cover. Keeping Azell close. So the 1-1. Here it comes. And fastball misses low. And the count runs to 2-1 now. Nobody throwing in the pen for Averett yet. Smithers trying to get back his control here. Not issue back-to-back, 1 out walked. So the 2-1. And that ball is chopped down to second. And the throw over to second. And we're waiting on the call, and he's going to be out. And there looks like some confusion on the field, and he will be ruled out at second. So nobody was really covering at first. Ashworth forced to go to second with the throw. And it will nail Messenger for the second out. And so Church is now going to have a talk with the second base umpire about it. Looked like the umpires got caught sleeping a little bit down there. So Logan Hayes now stepping into the batter's box with 2 out, 2 on, runners on the corners. Maryville in front 2-0 here in the top of the fourth. So the first pitch, curveball, bounced up the middle. And the throw is not in time. And in the meantime, Essel is going to score. And it is now a 3-0 game. As it took a little bit too long for that play to develop. Ashworth made a nice play down at second. Took Laprelle a little bit too long to get over to cover the bag at second, though. And Hayes is on a fielder's choice. So that's going to bring up Bryce Radaha. And that ball is hit foul over by the concession stands down the right field line. So we've got Radaha up at the plate now. He took an intentional walk his last time up. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Scots here in the top of the 4th. So the 0-1 coming in. And there's a fastball a little too high up the ladder. And the count goes to a ball and a strike. Smithers looks in. Smithers in the stretch. Looking to get out of it. The 1-1 on the way. And that one is inside and down. And that will push the count to 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 now. To the Scots left fielder, who is 0 for 1 so far on the day. And here comes the 2-1 to Radaha. And that one is in there, swing and a miss on the changeup. And Smithers had Radaha well out on his front foot right there, as he was about a day early on that swing. And the count is now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 coming in. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Here it comes. And Smithers a little fake out over to second real quick. He will hold on to it though. 2-2 on the way to Radaha. And there's a pitch, and that one is popped up on the left side. And that is Hart under it to record the 3rd out and stop the bleeding a little bit there for the Cougars. But the Scots will push across a run. We are through 3.5 here at Owen Fulton Field. Maryville in front, 3-0. We'll be right back on the Averett Sports Network. So we're back here. A.J. Hart leading off the top of the 4th for Averett. Hart went down on strikes his last time up, but he will work ahead 1-0 here. Averett still searching for its first hit. They have had a couple of base runners on a couple of walks. And A.J. Hart is going to work the count here in his favor starting off. And the count goes to 2-0. Averett looking to start chipping into its 3-run deficit. And there's a fastball that is over at the knees for a called strike 1. Or no, actually, that's going to be ball 3. Looked like he signaled strike from up here. And Hart. And the count goes to 3-1 now. So the 3-1 And Hart will foul that one off over the Scots bullpen or Scots dugout on the right side. And the count runs full house at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hart looking to get the inning started off right here for the Cougars. Still have plenty of time to start working their way back into this one. And Hart is going to loop that one into right field, but foul. And we'll do the 3-2 all over again. Right, just a little late on that swing. Otherwise, he's able to keep that one fair and possibly dropping in 4 extra bases. So the 3-2, Hart's going to take a timeout. He will step back into the box. Full count. 3-2. And here it is. And that one is right over at the knees. Hart down looking on strikes to start off the bottom of the 4th. So Bradley Tickle coming to the plate to Shania Twain's Man, I Feel Like a Woman. And that's a pretty awesome tradition that both the baseball and softball teams have, where they pick funny, somewhat embarrassing walk-up songs for all the first-year players. Make sure everybody stays humble. So the 1-0 is chopped down to second. Henry Fields throws over to Johnson, and Tickle will become the casualty of a 4-3 ground out. So that's going to bring up number 31, Matt Tuggle. Tuggle looking to get something going for the Cougars here with 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 4th. Averett still looking for its first base hit. And that one is inside. Good-looking fastball there by Rodriguez, but too far in. And the count goes to 1-0. So the 1-0. And that one's inside too. So Rodriguez showing he's not afraid to work the inside part of the plate here as he's going up against a righty. So the 2-0. And that ball is a little weak grounder back. Rodriguez is going to field. And he throws over, and that's going to do it. So the Cougars now 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 3rd. We roll on to the top of the 5th. Maryville leads 3-0 here on the Averett Sports Network. And we are back here on the Averett Sports Network. Johnny Carpenter leading things off, and Smithers drops in a good off-speed pitch there to get ahead 0-1. So Carpenter coming in 0 for 1. Today he does have an RBI after he was plunked in the head. And he gets hit again there. And Carpenter not having a fun day at the plate. And he is on with a leadoff base runner for the Scots here in the top of the 5th. So that's going to bring up number 8, Alden Wright.
Now batting the DH, Alden Wright.
Wright 0 for 2, also worked a walk earlier. To bring in a run. So the first pitch, and that is a fastball over for a called strike 1. Good location there by Smithers, as there was not much Wright was going to be able to do with that pitch. So the 0-1, so Carpenter with a decent lead over at first. The 0-1, and that one misses away, and the count rolls even at a ball and a strike. So Wright stepping back in here for the third pitch of the at-bat. Here it comes. And that is a changeup, look like, just a bit inside. And the count is now 2 balls and a strike. Top of the 5th here at Owen Fulton Field. Wind showing no signs of slowing down here. Of course, we still do have beautiful blue skies and sun. So the 2-1, and runner is off. And Carpenter is going to be in there easily with the stolen base. So Maryville, a runner in scoring position early on here in the inning. After the hit by pitch to kick things off. So here comes the 3-1 now. And that ball is hit down the left side. It's going to get into the hole in left field. And that is going to score Carpenter. And it is now a 4-0 ball game in favor of the Scots. And so that's going to bring up number 24, Drew Johnson. So Maryville has picked up 2 in the 3rd, picked up 1 in the 4th, and they picked up 1 here so far. And looking to make it a little bit more here, Drew Johnson, 0 for 2 with a strikeout so far today. And he looks like he's showing bunt. And he will. He'll get it down. Smithers fields and throws over to Tickle. And there's the first out of the inning. But in the meantime, the runner will get over 90 feet. And the Scots have another runner in scoring position, but now with 1 out. So that's going to bring up Derek Hurt now, the center fielder for the Scots. Let's see what he can do. Smithers looks in. He has the pitch. And here it comes. And that ball is hit down to third. Great job there by McKinney to make the play. And there's the second out. The runner will hold at second. McKinney doing a good job of taking that in on the 1-hop. Clean field, clean transfer. And the throw over to Tickle will result in the second out. So it's going to bring up Azell, who was 1 for 2 with the run scored today. Messenger would hit next. And Azell is going to ask for a quick timeout. He's going to kill a few gnats with a couple of practice swings here. Runner on second, 2 down. And there's a breaking ball that's going to catch the outside part of the zone for a strike. Good looking pitch there by Smithers. Probably one of the best breaking balls he's thrown all game. And he works ahead 0-1, which is big facing a guy like Azell. On the way. And fastball in the dirt. Good block by Wall. And the count rolls to 1-1. The 1-1 coming in now. Smithers looking to keep the Scots from getting a crooked number on the board here. They already have one across. So the 1-1. And that one is in the dirt, down and away. 2-1 is now the count. Smithers looking in. Averett still nobody in the bullpen down there warming up. 2-1, and that one is down and away, and the count goes to 3-1. Smithers has not pitched terribly today. Through the first 4 2/3. He's given up 4 hits. 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, all 4 runs earned at this point. 3-1, and that ball is chopped foul, and that's going to load the count at 3-2. So Smithers just needs one more good pitch to get out of this inning with only 1 run across. 3-2, and that ball is fouled off on the right side, all the way back up on top of the hill behind the press box here at Owen Fulton Field. And we'll do the 3-2 all over again. Full count once again on the way from Smithers. And here it comes, and that one is down and away, and Smithers will issue a 2-out walk here, and that's going to bring up Patrick Messenger.
Number 14, Patrick Messenger.
The shortstop for the Scots. He comes in 1 for 1. He has a walk, a run scored so far. So runners on first and second now for Maryville, 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Scots ahead 4-0. And quick timeout. They're called by Messenger. Might have gotten a little dirt or something in his eyes. That wind is blowing hard down there. So first pitch is a breaking ball that will not really have much break to it, and it misses on the inside corner, and the count goes to 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 from Smithers. And there's a fastball, and that one is good. Outside corner at the knees. And count goes to a ball and a strike here. Runners on first and second, 2 down. Smithers needing just one more good pitch. And to get this one on to the bottom of the 5th. Here it comes, the 1-1. Breaking ball hit down to third. And that one is going to bunch up Laprell. And it rolls into left field. The run is in. And it is now a 5-0 ball game in favor of the Scots. That ball took a tough hop on Laprell right there. And skidded out into shallow left field, where it was fielded by Hart.
Number 36, Andrew Henry.
And that's going to bring up Andrew Henry. And the 0-2 here. Or no, excuse me. Henry comes into this bat 0 for 2. First pitch, fastball down and in, ball 1. So Laprell will get hit with the error on the play. Just the way the game of baseball goes sometimes. It is a game of bounces and skips, and that one did not work in the Cougars' favor. So the 1-0, and that one is inside. And the count goes to 2-0. Now Wall's going out to have a talk with his pitcher. trying to calm him down and say, hey, you got this. I've seen you work out of worse situations than this before. And who knows, they might even be talking about where they're going out to eat today, too, after the game. So, 2-0. Runners first and second. 2 outs. 2-0 count here. And that one is over, no doubt about it. In there for a called strike one. Smithers looking in on Wall. Wall looking over in the dugout to pitching coach Jordan Quinn, making sure they're right on the pitch call there. Wall has it, and now Smithers has it. So the 2-1. And that one is inside. Count goes to 3-1 now. So the Cougars right now have the shift going. Looking to try to prevent the pull ball here, and that ball is hit out to left field. Hart giving chase, and Hart lays out and makes a stupendous catch. That's going to save 2 runs right there. And Hart coming up with what has been the defensive play of the game right now. And that's going to get the Cougars out of the 5th, but not before the Scots can push across 2 runs. So we move to the bottom of the 5th. Maryville in front, 5-0. And we are back here at Owen Fulton Field for the bottom of the 5th. Trey Wall leading things off against Rodriguez, who has found it smooth sailing so far. No hits through 4 innings. He's given up 2 walks, struck out 4. And Wall is going to break. Oh, and that one is just foul. Wall unlucky right there as that ball just hooked at the last second. And Wall was all on top of that one. And just a bit of bad luck as that ball barely cuts foul. And the count is 0-1. And a big sweeping breaking ball right there will catch the outer half of the plate. And the count goes to 0-2 now. To Wall. Rodriguez has really broken out that big breaking pitch here a couple of times tonight. And that ball is hit back to second. Henry's going to field the throw over to Johnson. And the bottom of the 5th will start with a 4-3 ground out. And so that's going to bring up Nick Winston now, the Cougars center fielder, who is 0 for 1 thus far. And looking to get something going here for his side. And fastball swung on and missed. And Rodriguez has done a great job of getting ahead here. Early on in the count, another fastball and another swing and a miss. So the 0-2. Once again. And good job there by Winston to lay off that pitch as Rodriguez dropped in the changeup. That's substituted as the knockout pitch, but Winston doing a great job of laying off of it. 1-2, another big breaking ball there. Curveball, and the count goes to 2-2 now as that one bounces back to the backstop. So we'll do it all over again here at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rodriguez is going to step off the mound there for a second. He's back on. And the 2-2. And fastball, Winston hit well down to third. Hayes is going to throw over to Johnson. And there's the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Laprelle now, who still does not have an official at bat. He's dropped down a sacrifice bunt and then walked. First pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1. Cougars have found it rough against Rodriguez here so far in this game. That one is down and in. Count goes to 1-1. Rodriguez has got a decent fastball, good breaking ball. And he has worked in the changeup a couple times as well. And that one is low below the knees. And the count goes to 2-1. We've also seen him break out a slider here for a couple of pitches. So the 2-1. And that one is low. The count goes to 3-1 now. So right now, Laprelle is showing good patience at the plate. Has worked the count well in his favor. And that one is over on the outside. And that's going to run it full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th. So the 3-2, and that one is high. Good job by Laprelle as Rodriguez tried to take him up the ladder. Laprelle able to lay off, though, and that's going to turn over Averett's lineup. And that will bring up Chase McKinney. McKinney also still no official at bat here so far in this ball game. First pitch on the way. And actually it's going to be a pitch out. And they're going to nail Laprelle napping over there at first. And that is going to be the final out of the 5th. So ladies and gentlemen, we are now halfway home here at Owen Fulton Field. We enter the top of the 6th. Scott's in front, 5-0. And we are back here on the Averett Sports Network, where we are entering the top of the 6th inning. Logan Hayes leading things off. Hayes is 1 for 2 on the night. Does have an RBI and a run scored. So the first pitch is over. Looked like a slider from Smithers. It's in there for a called strike 1. Not a whole lot of break to it, but enough to confuse Hayes. So the 0-1 from Smithers. And curveball that Smithers will send in for ball one. Just didn't quite get down enough over that one. Smithers does have a good array of breaking pitches, though. And another curveball, and that one is high as well. So 2-1 now. Hayes looking in. Wall set up on the outside. And that's where Smithers will put it with the fastball. And the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here to lead or to start the fifth. 2-2. And that one is down and away. Maybe if you're Smithers here, just drop in a changeup on him. Maybe get him out on that front foot. 3-2, swung on and missed, and Hayes is down on strikes to kick off the top of the 6th. So that's going to bring up Bradaha.
Coming to the plate, number 2, Bryce Bradaha.
He comes in 0 for 2 with the base on balls today. So good start there by Smithers. He will look to keep it going. First pitch over for a called strike 1. The Cougars once again with a little bit of a shift going. Sorry to keep saying the Braves. I practice my broadcasting skills on MLB The Show. And so that ball is popped out to center field. And Winston is there for the second out. So that's going to bring up Carpenter now, who is 0 for 1. Worked a bases-loaded walk to bring in an RBI, and then he has also scored a run himself. So right on deck, he is 1 for 3. Right is 1 for 3. He has 2 RBIs. So the first pitch, and that ball is chopped down to third, and McKinney will field, throw to Tickle, and Smithers has the Scots down in order to end the top of the 6th. So we roll on to the bottom of the 6th here at Owen Fulton Field. It is the Scots 5, Cougars nothing here on the Averett Sports Network. So Chase McKinney leading off the bottom of the 6th for the Cougars. And first pitch fastball misses outside for ball 1. So the count goes to 1-0. And that one misses as well. So Azell going out to have a quick talk with Rodriguez. Azell's back, and we are ready for the 2-0 count here. Here it goes. Pitches into McKinney, and that one misses outside, 3-0. So Rodriguez showing some problems with his control here to start off the bottom of the sixth. McKinney looking to capitalize on that. The 3-0 pitch, and he will, as that one is down and in, bounces to the backstop. So a leadoff walk. That is the second walk McKinney has forced here today. So McKinney showing some good patience at the plate. That's going to bring up Dallas Smithers. And let's see if they're going to have Smithers swinging away. I would not see a bunt here, down 5-0 in the bottom of the sixth, but you never know. So the first pitch coming in. And first pitch fastball in there at the knees for a called strike one. So the 0-1 now to Smithers. Averett has its leadoff hitter on after the walk. So here comes the 0-1 to Smithers. And that one has Smithers bending back a little bit, but it apparently catches the inside part of the plate. So the 0-2. Smithers looking to get the Cougars' first hit of the ball game. And a nasty breaking ball there. Rodriguez bounces off his glove. He fields it, and Smithers is out by just a hair. So, wow, that ball had some dip and dive to it right there.
The Cougars, number 5, Hunter Ashworth.
So that's going to bring up Hunter Ashworth now, who comes into this game 0 for 2, or comes into this at bat 0 for 2. McKinney did get over to second, though, on that 1-3 ground out. And Ashworth will work the count here to start things off. It's now 1-0. So the 1-0 coming in from Rodriguez. Runner on second, one out now for Ashworth. And fastball inside part of the plate. And the count runs even at a ball and a strike. So Ashworth trying to get something cooking here for the Cougars, who are looking for their first hit. So the 1-1. And there's a fastball, and Ashworth hits that back where it came from. Messenger on the throw gets over to Johnson in time for the second out. But in the meantime, McKinney will get over to third, and that's going to leave it up to number 8, A.J. Hart, to try to get Averett's first run and first hit in of the game. Ashworth did a good job of just squaring up on that ball and taking it back up the middle, but it was a nice play by Messenger down at short to field and make the transfer and throw over to Johnson to pick up the second out. So A.J. Hart at the plate. Fastball swung on and missed. And the count goes to 0-1. Hart comes in to this at-bat 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, looking to avoid the hat trick here. So the 0-1 on the way. And Hart will take a look at a good fastball there from Rodriguez, but that one just missed low. And the count goes to a ball and a strike to A.J. Hart. Run on third, 2 outs. 5-0 is the score in favor of the Scots in the bottom of the sixth. 1-1 and a nasty slider there from Rodriguez. That catches the inside part of the plate. And the count goes to 1-2. So the 1-2 now. Coming in to Hart with a runner on third. And 2 outs. Hart's going to take a quick timeout. So the 1-2. And Hart laying off that knockout pitch right there on the outside. So the count runs even now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner on first. It would be Bradley Tickle batting next if Hart can pick up the Cougars' first hit. Keep things going. So another timeout as Hart perhaps playing a few mind games here with Rodriguez, who is right now carrying a no-hitter through the first 5 2/3 of this contest. The 2-2, and Hart will take a look at that pitch in the dirt, and the count runs full now at 3 balls, 2 strikes. So right now at this point in the game, A.J. Hart knows that all he's got to do is get on base. He doesn't need to be an RBI guy. He doesn't need to be a home run guy. Just get on base and extend the inning. At least one more batter. And they do have Bradley Tickle on deck, who is right now the team leader in RBIs and batting average. So Tickle can do some damage if he's given the opportunity. So the 3-2, and Hart does a good job of laying off that pitch on the inside. And he will work a walk. And runners on the corners now with 2 outs. And so that's going to bring up Bradley Tickle. And we're going to see the lefty-lefty matchup here. And Azell, just a quick convo with Rodriguez, trying to calm him down a bit. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. Maryville holding a 5-0 lead, and that one is inside as Tickle has to dance out of the way of that one. And the count goes to a ball and a strike. And so Azell's going to take a quick time. He's going to run out and have a conversation. So while they're having a conversation, we're going to take a look here at what Tickle was doing going into this game. He is hitting .304 right now. He has 1 double, no homers. Does have 10 RBIs so far on the year. So would love to pick up at least number 11 right here. And with the way this wind is blowing, if he can get one deep enough out into the outfield, he could even maybe possibly bring in 2 runs, bringing Hart from first. He does have some gaps out there to work with, especially in right center. And the fastball is right there at the knees. And that's going to run the count even at a ball and a strike. Rodriguez has worked his way out of jams, though, in this ball game. And Tickle is going to lace that one into left field, and the Cougars are going to have their first hit and their first run as Bradley Tickle will drive in his 11th RBI on a shot the other way to left field. And it is now a 5-1 game, and that's going to bring up Matt Tuggle, who's looking to keep the 2-out magic alive for Averett. There are very few things as deflating for a pitcher as to not only give up a 2-out hit, but also give up a 2-out run and also have your no-hitter broken up on 2 outs. So runners on first and second now for Tuggle. And Tuggle will send that one out into right field, shallow right. And that one's going to drop in there. They are going to send Hart home. And how about that, ladies and gentlemen? It is now a 5-2 game. And Averett is not going away as we hear the Cougar roar as they are trying to get something going here. And Church is going to come out and have a talk with Rodriguez, just trying to calm him down a little bit and let him know that, hey, you've worked your way out of jams like this before in this game. I know you can do it again. And we're going to see if he's able to do so. So Church, he is currently right now in his 3rd season at the helms of the Scots. Maryville comes into this game 8-8, 4-2 in the USA South. Meanwhile, Averett comes in at 4-12, 0-3 in the USA South. So Averett would definitely love to pick up a first win, their first win in the conference to open up this 3-game series against the Scots. And now that the USA South has gone back to its postseason tournament, it is the top 8 teams that move on.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 20, Trey Wall.
So Trey Wall will come in now to hit for the Cougars. Wall is 0 for 2 thus far today. So runners on the corners now with 2 down. 2 runs in for the Cougars and a fastball, and that's going to bring in Tickle. And it is now 5-3. And ladies and gentlemen, don't look now, but Averett is storming back into this game after Rodriguez, who was just about perfect through 6 2/3, has really started to struggle a bit and is now giving up 3 runs in this inning. And the Cougars now find themselves back within 2 with still plenty of time. And a good hitter at the plate in Matt Wall, or Trey Wall, excuse me. The 1-0 fastball fouled off right back behind home plate. And the count goes to 1-1 here. One on the way to Wall. Runner on second, 2 down. Wall looking to bring home Tuggle here. And good breaking ball. Moves in a little bit too far on the inside. And the count goes to 2-1. So Maryville came into this inning pretty much on cruise control. And the wheels have fallen off a little bit here for the Scots in the bottom half of the 6th. That ball is fouled off over the Scots dugout, almost out towards the concession stands. Hope they brought their gloves out there. And the count goes to 2-2 to Trey Wall. Rodriguez looking in. Averett does have some action going on down in the bullpen now. And that ball is fouled back too as Wall is fighting off some tough pitches right now by Rodriguez to stay alive. You have to think that a base hit, especially if he can get it out into one of the gaps, would score Tuggle and cut the Cougars' deficit down to 1. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. And good eye there by Wall, but in the end he is frozen on the call third strike, but not before the Cougars strike for 3 runs on a pair of hits. They will leave one stranded, but Averett working its way back into this one slowly but surely. We go to the top of the 7th. Maryville ahead 5-3 here on the Averett Sports Network. And so we're back here, top of the 7th. And it's going to be Alden Wright leading things off here. He is 1 for 3 with a pair of RBIs and a run scored. Smithers still on. The Cougars do have some action in the bullpen as well as the Scots. Smithers so far 6 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned runs, has walked 5, struck out 3, and he gets ahead here 0-1 to start things off. So Alden Wright stepping in. Alden Wright, a decent day at the ballpark so far. And good breaking ball and a little pop-up over there. That's going to bounce. Ashworth having some trouble with it, but I think that would have probably been a base hit even if that ball would have been fielded cleanly, as that would have been a tough play down there for Ashworth to make. So Drew Johnson now coming up. He is 0 for 2 with the strikeout. So runner on first, nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Cougars able to cut into a 5-0 deficit, so we're going to have a pinch runner now. Looks like it's going to be number 10, Caleb Adams.
Runner at first base for the Scots, number 10, Caleb Adams.
It is Caleb Adams coming in, the junior out of Piedmont, Alabama. So Smithers looks in here. A little bit of trouble to start off the top of the 7th as Smithers is in the stretch right away. Church giving the signs down there at third base. Let's see if we possibly have a sack bunt in the wings. He is squaring around to Show. Show bunt. That pitch is inside. Wall cannot corral it in. So the runner will move up to second on the wild pitch. So Adams over to second. And let's see if they're still going to have Johnson bunting here. Got a runner on second, nobody out. You at least get the guy over to third. Set up a possible sac fly or an easy hit, and they are bunting, and Smithers' second pitch is in the dirt and away. So Smithers may be a little distracted right now by the bunt. Needs to just come in there and focus and delivering his pitch. Maybe give Johnson something at the letters. Maybe get him to pop up the bunt. That would definitely be advantageous for Smithers and the Cougars. And that one is up a little bit. And he went around on that one. Was unable to pull back in time. And the count goes to 2-1. So Johnson has been showing bunt all the way now. Let's see if he will show here. He will. He's squaring up on it. So the Smithers is going to take a quick pause before delivering the pitch. So Adams, a healthy lead out at second. Corner infielders pulled in, and there's the bunt. Smithers fields, throws over to Tickle. And Johnson is out, but in the meantime, Adams gets over the additional 90 feet. And that's going to bring up Hurt now, who is 0 for 2 with a base on ball tonight.
Stepping into the box, number 30, Derek Hurt.
So runner on third base now, 1 out. So if Hurt can get a fly ball out to left field, or really, preferably right field, then the Scots could extend their lead back to 3, but Smithers will be keeping the ball down. Smithers really needing a strikeout here. And the Scots are showing bunt, trying to get the suicide squeeze going. But it's going to be Hurt unable to pull back in time on the pitch in the dirt. And the count goes to 1-0. Smithers 6 1/3 innings pitched right now. Amstead in the bullpen for the Cougars. And that bunt is going to get foul. And the count will go to 1-1. Excuse me, it was actually a ball called on the earlier bunt attempt by Hurt. Looked like the umpire signaled strike. Count goes to 1-1. Averett able to get back into this one with a 3-run 6. Would love to keep the Scots off the board here. So the 1-1. And that one just misses. Gets a couple of groans from the fans here at Owen Fulton. But that one did just miss, 2-1. Smithers still feeling the squeeze a little bit there, though. And that bunt is dropped down. The throw home is not going to be there. And so Adams will score. And Hurt will reach on the fielder's choice there. And it is now 6-3. So that's going to bring up Bazell now, who is 1 for 2. Has a run scored.
Now batting number 7.
And has also walked. So Hurt will pick up his first RBI of the game. 6-3 is now your score in favor of the Scots. So the first pitch coming in. And fastball, and that is hit hard down the right side, but foul. And the count goes to 0-1. Top of the 7th here. Averett down to its final 9 outs. Looking to put together a rally to avoid losing the first of this 3-game series. So the 1-2 on the way to Azell. Here we go. And that ball is hit down to short. That's going to be Laprelle going over to second. Ashworth to Tickle. And the 6-4-3 double play will get the Cougars out of the inning and on to the bottom of the 7th, but not before the Scots push across a run on a hit. So we roll on to the 7th inning stretch. Maryville in front, 6-3. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at Owen Fulton Field. Zach Messenger on to pitch now for the Scots, who were able to extend their lead back to 3 in the top of the 7th. Thanks to a suicide squeeze bunt right down in front of Averett pitcher Dallas Smithers. And it looks like we are just about ready to go. The throw down to second. And that's going to signal the start of the inning. And so it's going to be Winston leading things off. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout tonight.
Leading off for the Cougars, number 28, Nick Winston.
So Winston looking to get something going here for his team. And Zach Messenger will come on to pitch for the Scots. And fastball right there for a called strike 1. Good job, though, just to go ahead and take that first strike right there. Get a good look at what he's featuring. So the 0-1. And another good fastball right there from Messenger. And Winston unable to catch up with it. And the count goes to no balls, 2 strikes. So Messenger enters this game in a save situation with his team only ahead by 3. And a nasty breaking ball on the outside corner. It looked like a curveball. That will miss. Messenger bringing the hook, trying to ring up Winston, but unable to hit the zone. And that one hits the zone, though. Fastball outside corner. And there's a quick out, number 1. So that's going to bring up number 17, Hunter Laprelle, who still does not have an official at-bat here today, as he has taken 2 walks. And would definitely look to keep strengthening the strike zone here. And that one is in at the knees for a called strike 1. Messenger doesn't like the pitch. He's got it now. And there it comes. Fastball, and that ball is hit out on the right side over the Scots dugout. Foul ball. And the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Maryville 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Averett 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error. So the 0-2. And fastball, chopped foul on the left side. And we'll do the 0-2 all over again. Laprelle, the freshman out of Huntersville, North Carolina, went to Lake Norman High School. So the 0-2. And the curveball misses outside. And Laprelle doing a good job of laying off that pitch right there, as that was definitely a knockout pitch by Messenger. But Laprelle makes the payoff and works the count back to 1-2. So fastball again, and that one is blooped out on the right side. And a nice play by Johnson right there. Will pull in the second out. Looked like Johnson perhaps lost his balance a little bit.
Third baseman Chase McKinney.
And that's going to bring up Chase McKinney now, who will look to make Messenger work at least a little bit here in the bottom of the 7th, after the Cougars put together a solid bottom of the 6th to start inching their way back into this game. The first pitch is a fastball in the dirt. Count goes to 1-0. So McKinney comes in here. He's another one that does not have an official at bat here so far, as he's taken a pair of walks. And he keeps working that strike zone there, and it's 2-0 now. He does have a run scored. Came across with the Cougars' first run. Well hit ball down the third base side. Hayes throws over to Johnson. And Messenger comes on in his first inning of relief and gets the Cougars down 1-2-3. So we have played a full 7 innings here. It is the Scots 6, your Cougars 3. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network. And we are back here at Owen Fulton Field, where we are getting ready where we have just started off the top of the 8th. And it's going to be number 14, Messenger, at the plate. So here's the 0-1 from Smithers. And that one looks a little low down in at those shoelaces. And the count goes to 1-1. If you're just joining us, Maryville wearing the orange jersey with the maroon lettering. Averett in the white uniforms with the blue trim. And the count goes to 1-1. Or excuse me, 1-2. Smithers looking to get the 8th inning started off on the right foot. So the 1-2. And fastball hit hard down to first base. Tickle does a great job of trying to get his arms outreach to bring that one in, but unable to do so. And Messenger is on with a lead-off single.
At the plate, number 36, Andrew Henry.
So that's going to bring up Andrew Henry now, who will hit with one on, nobody out. Henry is 0 for 3 in today's game. He has walked and struck out. So he's showing bunt right here. And he will pull back and end up fouling that one off directly behind the home bag here. So 0-1 coming in. See if Smithers gives him the curveball or the changeup down low here. Try to induce that double play. Averett is playing in a little bit of a shift here. So the 0-1. And fastball just misses on the outside corner. And the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Corner and infielders pulled in just in case of a bunt. Meanwhile, you've got Laprelle, who's playing behind second base. Ashworth shaded back into shallow right center field a little bit. For the 1-1. And that ball is laced right to Ashworth. So Ashworth with the turn, they've got the out at second. But they will just have to settle for the 4-6 at second. As Henry will get on the 4-6 fielder's choice ground out.
Now batting number 4, Logan Hayes.
And that's going to bring up Logan Hayes, who is 1 for 3 so far on the afternoon. Has 1 RBI. So the shift paying off there for the Cougars. As that ball is hit right to Ashworth. And now it's Ashworth's turn to shift a little bit as he is right near the bag at second. And Smithers checking on the runner. He's in there, though, safely. Henry is. Averett not playing a terrible game today. They've just caught some unlucky breaks. Rodriguez did a really good job as he was throwing a no-hitter through 5 2/3, and Smithers will get Hayes swinging at a pitch he didn't want to, and the count goes to 0-1. And there's the pickoff move, but Henry back in as nothing was going on. Rodriguez right now in line for the win as he went 6 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. So the 0-1 coming in. And that ball is hit out into right field, shallow right field. Ashworth calls for it. He is under it. And there's the second out of the inning. So that ball was undercutted a little bit by Hayes right there, and it results in just a routine pop-up.
At the plate, number 2, Bryce Radaha.
So that's going to bring up Radaha, who Radaha so far is 0 for 3 with a walk. The 2 outs now here in the top of the 8th. Right now this game clocking in at just a little over 2 hours. First pitch, and runner is going. A bullet from Wall, and that's all she wrote on the top of the 8th inning as Henry is nailed trying to steal second. Wall doing a great job of getting a bullet over to second. Almost looked like the Cougars might have been pitching out a little bit, and it pays off as that's going to be the end of the inning. So we move to the bottom of the 8th. It is Maryville in front, 6-3 here on the Averett Sports Network. So welcome back here to the Averett Sports Network. Bottom of the 8th inning. Dallas Smithers stepping in. Smithers 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Looking to get something started for the Cougars here, who are running out of chances here in the bottom of the 8th. Fastball spiked into the ground. That looked more like a volleyball attack than a fastball right there. And the count goes to 1-0. So the 1-0 to Smithers. And that one misses as well. And Smithers doing a good job of working the count here, doing what you're supposed to as a leadoff man. And the count goes to 2-0. And that one is low, and the count now is a 3-0. Smithers with some speed, too, so see him get on. He might go for a stolen base there, but Messenger will work the 3-0 in with a fastball, and the count's now 3-1. And that one finds the zone at the knees, and the count now goes to 3-2, so 3-2 on the way. And Smithers will stay alive with a ground ball down the left side that will get foul off the Cougars' dugout. So 3-2 now. So Smithers worked it ahead 3-0. Messenger has come back now with 3 good fastballs. And here comes the 3-2. And Smithers lines that one out to left field. But unfortunately for him, it is right at Radaha. And there's the first out of the frame. So that's going to bring up Hunter Ashworth now. Hunter Ashworth is 0 for 3 on the ball game. So you take a look here, 9 runs across in total. Don't think that really tells the story of the pitching here today, though, as both of the starters did a pretty decent job. Of course, neither one of them will want to continue that type of performance, but count goes to 1-1 now as Messenger drops a strike into Ashworth, who is looking for his first base hit of the game. And that ball is hit out to right center. Is the wind going to carry that one a little bit? It does not. Hurt is there to make the play. And there are a quick 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 8th. So it's going to bring up A.J. Hart,
Now batting for the Cougars, number 8, A.J. Hart.
who worked a walk in the bottom of the 6th to start off the rally for the Cougars. And it just so happened to be a 2-out rally, too. So let's see if Hart can work the count again and get on base and maybe get another rally started for the Cougs. So the first pitch is a fastball that bounces to the plate. And the count goes to 1-0. 1-0 on the way from Messenger. Messenger's going to step off the rubber for a minute. We'll take a moment to collect his thoughts. The 1-0 coming in. And that one is down 2. And Hart works the count 2-0 now. 2-0 coming in. And that ball is lined directly behind home plate. Up against the backstop. 2-1. 2-1 coming in now to A.J. Hart. Here it comes. And that one misses. Down in the dirt. 3-1. So Hart, after recording a pair of strikeouts on his first 2 at-bats, has done a good job of straightening up the strike zone here. And he fouls that one down the right side. And actually, that one rolls fair. There's some trouble down at first base. And Messenger cannot corral that one in. And he is on first. Hart is. As that one looked like it was going to stay foul, but it rolls back in play. Messenger tried to field it. Lost his balance. And I think they're going to score that as a hit. So Church going over to have a talk with the first base umpire over there. So that ball had a little bit of English on it. And the English pays off as Messenger had to run off the mound and try to make a play. It was always going to be asking a lot of Messenger to make that play. And so they're going to confirm the ruling. Hart is safe. And that's going to bring up Bradley Tickle, who is 1 for 3, drove in the Cougars' first run of the game. Would love to. So here's the first pitch to Tickle. And fastball catches the inside part of the plate, and the count goes to 0-1. So Church out calling for his shortstop Messenger to shift a little bit. And Messenger will shift to his left, and Tickle fouls that one off. And the count goes to 0-2. So let's see if Averett can put together another 2-out rally like they did in the bottom of the 6th. Really, at this point, just one run across will help anything to cut that deficit down. So the 0-2. And that pitch is looked on in the dirt. So Tickle showing good patience there, and the count is now 1-2. And Hart is a little slow to get up over there, but he is up and moving. So here's the 1-2. And Tickle will pop that one back right behind home plate. Gets over the press box. And we'll do the 1-2 all over again here. So a little bit of a weird play right there on the last at bat by Hart. As that one looked like it was going to stay foul, but it actually catches a hop, rolls back in play. Messenger fielded it, unable to record the out, and Tickle reaching on that one, and he will foul that one off the opposite way over the left side of the press box, and the count goes to 1-2 now. 6-3 is your score. Averett 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. Maryville 6 runs on 6 hits, no errors. So the 1-2. Tickle was on top of that breaking ball. Just a little bit late on it, and the count goes to 1-2, but if Tickle was able to get a full bat on that one, we could be looking at a 1-run ball game right now. So the 1-2. Tickle, the local product, coming out of Dan River, and played at DCC for a couple of years before transferring over to Averett. He has had a solid season thus far. He leads the team in batting average and RBI. So the 2-2. Deuces all around on the scoreboard up there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first, bottom of the 8th. And that one is high. And that's going to run the count full at 3-2. So Messenger having trouble getting down on his fastball there. Unable to finish off Tickle. And the count is now 3-2. So Matt Tuggle would hit next. And Tickle does a great job of working the count there. And we're going to have a pinch hitter now for the Cougars, as it's going to be number 24, Tyler Featheroff, the sophomore out of Bealeton, Virginia. Went to Liberty High School. So now they are going to have a conference with Messenger on the mound, who got the first 2 outs of this inning pretty easily. Then a wacky play down at first put A.J. Hart on first. And then Bradley Tickle doing a good job of working the count there to get on with a walk. So now the pitching coach is going to come out and perhaps just giving the bullpen some time to work itself out down there. We're going to take a quick break with them on the field, but when we come back, we'll have the rest of the action here at Owen Fulton Field on the Averett Sports Network. So Featheroff stepping up to the plate to face number 44, Joe Jones. Chip Granderson is pinch running for Averett. So Featheroff coming up against Joe Jones, the senior righty out of Cookeville, Tennessee. And first pitch fastball down and away. And Featheroff gets ahead 1-0. Wind really starting to blow out there. 1-0 coming in. Here it comes. And a swing and a miss. And the count is now even at a ball and a strike. Averett needing to get at least one run out of this two-out rally. They would really love more, but they at least need one. So the 1-1 to Featheroff. And that one is going to work the outside part of the plate. Featheroff falls behind 1-2 now. 1-2 on the way. Here it goes. And that one is down and away. Count goes to 2-2 now. Two, big pitch coming up here to Featheroff as two are on with two out. And Featheroff is frozen on a called third strike, and he is going to get tossed out of the game as well. Apparently, not a very nice word to say to the umpire there, and that's going to do it in the bottom of the eighth. So we move to the top of the ninth. Averett trails 6-3. We'll be right back on the Averett Sports Network. And welcome back here to Owen Fulton Field. We've got some defensive changes for your Cougars. So McKinney will move from third to first. Granderson will come on now and play third base. And then George is now out into right field for your Cougars. Top of the ninth in this one. 6-3 ball game.
Leading off for the Scots, number 2, Bryce Radaha.
And Radaha is going to lead things off here. He is 0 for 3. He has worked a walk today. But other than that, the Cougars have been able to keep him relatively quiet. Smithers is now going to enter his ninth inning of work. Averett does have some double-barreled action, though, down in their bullpen. First pitch, and that is going to be an attempted bunt, but missed by Radaha. And the count goes to 0-1. On the way. And a good breaking ball, and that is just going to miss outside. Don't really know where it missed, but the count goes to 1-1 either way. So here it is. And that one is right there on the inside part of the plate for a called strike 2. One-two on the way, and a breaking ball swung on and missed by Radaha. And there's a quick first out for Dallas Smithers, who has now gone 8 1/3. He's looking to throw the complete game here, at least throw 9. Averett does get a chance to hit here in the bottom of the 9th with a chance to tie the game. So Smithers' first offering to Carpenter misses outside. Averett does have the offensive firepower to pick up these runs that they need. So the 1-0 now. And a breaking ball over for a called strike 1. Count goes to 1-1 now. Here it comes. 1-1 fastball, and that ball is popped up into right field. And George is there to make the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Adams now. Adams, no official at bat yet. And actually, excuse me, we're going to.
At the plate, number 10, Caleb Adams.
First pitch coming into Adams. 2 out, nobody on. Fastball will miss down and away. 1-0 now. Smithers, 125 pitches thrown here today. And that one is in there for a called strike 1. Umpire a little slow to call that one. So the 1-1 here in the top of the 9th. There it comes, and that one is going to catch the zone. 1-2. Smithers delivering 2 good breaking balls in there. 1-2. And that ball is popped back over the Averett, over on the left side of the field. It actually looked like it was heading towards the dugout possibly there for a second, but it does not. And the count is now 1-2. Wind has not been a huge factor in this one today. But it has been one. So the 1-2. And that ball is hit down, and that's going to get through the hole down on the left side. As Averett had the shift going all the way right there, and Maryville able to take advantage of it as Adams will sneak a single through the left side.
Number 35, Joey Tomlinson.
So that's going to bring up Joey Tomlinson now. Thompson, the sophomore out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, will now hit with 1 on and 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. And Wall is going to pick that one up to throw over and just barely in there under the tag. So Wall now has a couple of pretty impressive throws over to second. And that one just a little bit too late. One 0 on the way to Tomlinson. Runner on second, 2 down. There's the pitch, and that one is going to be low and in the dirt. And the count is now 2-0. Maryville, 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. So the 2-0. And that ball is hit down to short, and that's going to kick underneath the legs there. And that's going to bring in a run for the Scots, and it is now a 7-3 game, and that might just be the backbreaker right there. And that's going to bring up number 30, Hurt now. So Hurt comes in 0 for 2 with an RBI. Worked a bases-loaded walk earlier in the ballgame to bring in his RBI. So 7-3 is now your score. And Fulton will head out to the mound. Is that going to spell the end of the day for Smithers? It looks like it is. And Alex Anstead will enter the game now. It appears to be. Yes, he will. He is heading out of the bullpen in left field. So Smithers, 8 2/3. Didn't have his best stuff today, but not the worst job in the world either. He will leave, as I said, after 8 2/3. Really one of the big things that came back to bite Smithers all day long was the walks. Went 8 2/3, 7 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned, 5 walks. Did strike out 4. So not a terrible day at the ballpark, but one that Smithers will definitely look to improve on moving forward. And so Alex Anstead, the freshman out of Cornelius, North Carolina, went to Davidson Day High School. He will come in to try to close out the top of the ninth and keep this contest at 7-3. Don't count Averett out of this one yet, as they do have some bats. And if Averett can string together a couple of hits, you never know what just might happen. And so we're going to take a look here at the upcoming schedule for the Cougars. Averett back in action tomorrow at 12 p.m. as they will kick off the concluding 2 games of this series tomorrow, with the first game coming in at 12, the second game scheduled for 3. The Cougars then hit the road on Wednesday as they head up to Lexington, Virginia for a game against Washington Lee University, who they actually started the season off with a split of a doubleheader. Then Averett making the trip back home on Thursday. They play Bridgewater College at 3:30 p.m., and then they make the long trip down to LaGrange, Georgia for a conference doubleheader on the 18th. And then they conclude that series on Sunday. So there's a look at the next week or so for the Averett Cougars. Anstead's first pitch misses, and that ball is swung on and missed by Hurt. And Anstead will work the count back to a ball and a strike. 2 outs, runner on first. The 1-1 coming in. And nasty little breaking ball right there. And Anstead not getting a lot of help right there as that pitch will miss. Count goes to 2-1. 2-1, and that ball is hit foul down the left side. That's going to get back in the Cougars bullpen for a foul ball and strike 2. So it would be a very economical inning for Anstead if he can come in here and get this out on the first batter pitched, and that one is well behind Hurt, just a little outside. And the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Anstead, the freshman pitcher, coming in at 5'11", weighing 170 pounds, out of Cornelius, North Carolina. 3-2, looking to avoid a walk here. That would put runners on first and second with 2 outs, with 1 already in for the Scots. And Anstead is going to take a quick breather. So the 3-2 on the way. And that is swung on and missed by Hurt. So Anstead comes in, and like a boss, he will set down the only hitter he faces. So last chance coming up for the Cougars. We enter the bottom of the 9th. They trail this one 7-3 here on the Averett Sports Network. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Averett Sports Network as Trey Wall is going to kick off the bottom half of the 9th for the Cougars. Wall is 0 for 3 so far. So would definitely like to get something going here. And that ball is going to be hit weakly down to first base. And the play is made, 3 unassisted. And there's the first out of the 9th. So Joey Tomlinson will take that one in for the 3 UA. And that's going to bring up Nick Winston. So Averett now down to its final 2 outs. First pitch coming in to Winston. And that is a good-looking fastball. Catches the zone. Looked like that might have been a 2-seamer as it had some late movement on it. So the 0-1. And another great fastball. But that one misses. And the count is even at 1-1. So Jones really bearing down right now and bringing the smoke. So the 1-1, and that is swung on and missed on the changeup. Not a bad idea right there. You got a kid looking at 2 hard-thrown fastballs. Try to pull the rope on him there and get him on the changeup. So the 1-2. And that one is right over for a called third strike, and Averett is now down to its final out. As it's going to be number 17, Hunter Laprelle coming up. 0 for 1. And that one is over for a call strike 1. Swung on and missed. The 0-2 coming in to LaPrelle. And that one misses high. So the count's 1-2 now. And swung on and missed, but actually that's going to be a foul ball, excuse me. And so we'll have to do it once again. The 1-2. So the 1-2 now on the way. Averett down to its last strike. And that one misses just upstairs. So good job by LaPrelle there. Maryville 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Averett 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. And that one is over for a called strike 3, and Maryville is going to take the first game of this series by a score of 7-3. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we will have everything wrapped up here on the Averett Sports Network. Once again, Maryville a 7-3 winner over the Cougars. We'll be back in just a minute.
As the Cougars and Scouts finish off their 3-game series with a noon doubleheader right here tomorrow at Owen Ford Field.
And we're back here, wrap things up here on the post-game show. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Averett Baseball here on the Averett Sports Network. I'm Drew Wilson, finishing things off for Davin Wilson, who is filling in today on the broadcast. Cougars lose this one in the series opener, 7-3 against Maryville. Just tough day for the Cougars. Struggled to get things going offensively, other than that one inning where they scored 3 runs. For Averett, they fall to 4-13 on the year, 0-4 in the USA South. Maryville goes above 500 with the win. They are now 9-8 and 5-2 in the conference. Again, these two teams face off tomorrow in a doubleheader that starts at noon. Cougars trying to find that first conference win. That'll wrap things up for everybody here at Owen Fulton Field. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to go to AverettCougars.com to find all the stats from today's game. And be sure to follow us on social media at AverettUCougars. For everybody here, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you tomorrow here on the Averett Sports Network.
This has been a production of the Averett Sports Network.